All right, boys and girls, we're back to read our story, Red Ants. Yes, I hope you're so excited. We went over our E words that you're going to see in your story today. And now we're going to talk about a few vocabulary words. Let's talk about the word sweet. I bet you know what the word sweet means. Yes, when you eat something with a lot of sugar, like a cookie or cake, it could be sweet. Or it could be used to describe a person who's really kind and gentle and patient and nice. You would consider them sweet. We're also going to be talking about a word called sweep. Yes, look at that. Look at the words sweet and sweep. Only that ending sound is different. They both have an E. You might think of the word sweep as you sweep your floor. Sweep could also be a long movement. Like if you're trying to get something off of your clothes, like if you're trying to get a piece of grass off of yourself, you might take your hand and you might run it along your leg, and it's called a sweep, and you're trying to rub or move something off of yourself, or you're trying to move something off of someone or something else. Today in our story, you're going to see both of these words and read both of these words. So as we read our story, I want you to listen very carefully so you can tell me what happens with the red ants. I bet you know about red ants. Red ants, if they bite you, hurt very badly. So you might be making a prediction that maybe the ants might be biting someone or something. Let's read our story. Red ants. Lee the sheep had a bad week last week. Red ants bit him on his legs and feet. Scott had to sweep the ants with his hand to get rid of them. Ooh, so let's look at our picture. Yes, that illustration is definitely showing us the red ants. Oh, they're all on Lee's leg. And look at Scott. Scott's taking his arm right here. And we talked about this word sweep. He's moving his arm like this down Lee's leg to try to get those ants off of him, off of Lee. Scott was mad at the ants. Ants, he said, Lee is a sweet sheep. Feel free to munch on plants and weeds, but not on Lee. One of the ants said, We feel bad. We will not munch on Lee. We will munch on plants and weeds. Oh, look at that. Scott's talking to those ants and he's telling those ants just what he said. Lee is a sweet sheep. Feel free to munch on plants and weeds, but not on Lee. He's fussing at those ants. So let's talk about the story. What do the red ants do? Yes, they bite Lee the sheep on his leg. Yes, and look at the next question. What parts of Lee's body do the red ants bite? That's right, his legs. His leg, that must not have felt too good. What are some possible reasons why the ants bit Lee? Now there's no right or wrong answer here. Why do you think the ants bit Lee? Oh, you know what Miss Knockham was thinking? I thought maybe Lee accidentally stepped on their ant pile. Maybe he got too close to their ant pile or ant colony. You might have a different reason why the ants bit Lee. Let's go to question 4. How does Scott get the ants off of Lee? Yes, let's go back into our story. Remember, the story told us that Scott had to sweep them off of Lee. He used his arm to sweep them off. What does Scott suggest the ants eat instead of Lee? What does Scott tell those ants they could feel free to eat? Yes, he said, munch on plants, munch on weeds, but not on Lee. Ooh, look at this. What time of the year do you think it is? Oh, I love this question. What time of year do you think it is? Let's look at the pictures. Now, the story does not tell us in the words what time of year it is, but we can learn a lot from our illustrations. Just by looking at our illustrations, what time of year do you think it is and why? Okay, well, you know what Miss Nakan's thinking? I'm thinking that it's probably spring or maybe even summer. But I'm thinking it's more springtime, and I'll tell you why. I see lots of green on the trees. I see that Scott has on shorts and a short sleeve shirt, so I know it's sort of a little warm outside. But I don't think it's quite summer yet. Usually during the summer when it's really hot, they will shear the sheep, and that means they take a special tool and they trim and they cut the fleece of the sheep off so they can grow a new one all year. And that's usually the summertime. So I'm thinking, since the sun's out and I see lots of green and I see the way that Scott is dressed for clothes where it's warmer weather, I'm thinking it's probably early spring, late spring, or maybe early summer. That's what I'm thinking what time of year it is. I think if it was fall, you might see some colorful leaves on the tree, or maybe the trees wouldn't have as many leaves. Yes, I want you to share your thinking with an adult about what time of year you think it is. Y'all did such a great job reading today. I cannot wait for reading with you again tomorrow. And have a great day, and I will see you soon.